Yo, what is up, y'all? It is 2024, and you're still thinking about buying a G37, which is kind of crazy because there is a couple more cars that you can get for the same price. That's a little bit newer, a little bit faster, a little bit more fun. Who knows? I'm just playing. I'm just kidding, y'all. G37 is always the answer. Do not forget that. If you're not getting a G, you messed up. If you got a Lexus over a G37, you messed up. If you got a Civic over a G37, you messed up. But you guys tune into this video to learn how to maintain a G37 in 2024, and I'm going to explain that to you guys throughout the course of this video. First, before I get started, let's just acknowledge that this is off topic, y'all, but this Challenger behind me is really, like, that purple is really beautiful, I'm not going to lie. Like, that's crazy. But let's get into the first topic. So, first, I just want to say, if you got money saved up, keep it saved up. Now, the car is not as problematic as some people may make it seem. Now, have I ran into problems throughout the course of having my car? Yeah, I have. Have they been able to resolve them, like, pretty either cheap or, in reasonable time? Yeah, I have. I will say, just save up like a good amount of money on the side. Like, it's always a good thing to have some money saved for rainy days. I would say save up $2,000. Now, don't think like you need $2,000 to get work done. Nothing like there's nothing that's. There's some things, but nothing's gonna really happen that's gonna be like you got to dish out $2,000. You're not buying a new trans or a new motor or nothing like that, unless you be on the car, like have you seen at some turn of events. I'll say that, but I say $2,000 just because sometimes if you can do it yourself, you're one step ahead. You don't save a lot of money, but when it comes to this car, I feel like labor is what gets you a lot of times. For the area that I'm at right now, because originally I'm from the city, obviously, but I go to school, so I'm a little way right now. But they charge like stupid expensive just to work on this car. They're like, "Oh, it's a luxury car. We're gonna charge you extra $50 an hour." I'm like, or it may be more than that. I think one time they tried to charge me like $300 for an alignment, and I was like, $300 for an alignment? It's crazy. But obviously I didn't go there. I went somewhere else that I got hook up in a deal. But I say $2,000 just because miscellaneous expenses, like some things do add up over time, and you don't want to just be like, something comes up and you only have just enough. So $2,000 is a good amount just to start off with, just to save up for 2024. And plus, I know a lot of y'all probably gonna think about getting an exhaust, and exhaust is not cheap. So $2,000 emergency expense could also get you a little exhaust or something. But that's what you shouldn't do. If you just brought this car, make sure you do some of the basic things like a tune-up. Get your spark plugs, ignition coils, air filters changed out. If you bought a car that already has like a cold air intake or what you call those things, bro? The ones that sit in the engine bay, y'all know what I'm talking about. Any of those type of intakes, I would probably say swap them out because we've seen those ones that are super dirty, and y'all know what I'm talking about. With all the dust on them and everything, you might want to get those cleaned out, swap them out. Just basic maintenance. You check under the car, you check for any rust or anything. I will say, I can't speak for everybody, but I can say for my car, being that it's been 3 winters here, like where I'm at, which is I get a lot of snow. They do a lot of soil and everything, so I've seen winter, y'all. Trust me, I've seen the car maybe covered up, like halfway wheel covered up, a couple of feet of snow and everything, whatnot. So I know what it's like. I will say that there's not as much rust, honestly, but I do keep the car clean. At least once a week, I do try to go underneath the car and just hose everything down just to not get any salt or anything on it. I know, it's just water sitting on there. It gets cold and up, so, it still could potentially rust over time. But that does save it a lot of times because I take my car to a lot of shops and people look on there and they're like, yo, not a lot of shops, but I take my car to, shop every now and then. They're like, yo, like, you drive this car up here in winter? I'm like, yeah, I just keep it clean. So that's one thing I want to say, just look out for. Main thing that this car really suffers from, in my opinion, like my honest opinion from me driving around everything and just like seeing something come up that was really like had to force me to get a tow truck, was that coolant bleeder. And if you guys haven't seen a video on it, it is the ones that are in the car right now that are stock ones. They're a plastic piece. The car is pretty old. Whether you bought a 2009 or 2013, the car is old itself. I will say, change out that bleeder. Get an aluminum one. Z1 sells them. I got that one, actually. They come with the silicone hoses as well. Get that. Trust me, y'all. I've been stuck on the side of the road. Coolant bleeder popped, and I'm thinking like engine done, smoking and everything. It's just the coolant done went everywhere. So I will say, get that checked out. Although I feel like ever since I did put the coolant bleeder, I do be putting coolant in the car every now and then. Not like OD, like I'm pouring coolant every like week or so. Maybe like every couple of months. But I guess that's pretty normal in my opinion. I don't know. Y'all can tell me what y'all think, but I think that's pretty normal. Next, check all your gaskets in the car. This is becoming more of a to-do list for buying the car right now, but trust me, y'all, this is more of a maintaining your car thing. Like, check your gaskets because your valve cover gaskets, you check your oil pan seal, make sure that's good. This car has, was it inner and outer valve cover gaskets, I believe. Or I think I'm messing up terminology, honestly, but I'm not a mechanic, y'all, so bear with me. I did have to change those out because my car, I you know, if you look on the car, you see like a little like seepage, like oil coming out, spilling to the engine block, and I saw that. Luckily, I caught it early enough that it didn't become a problem or didn't start kicking on or anything. I did, you know, check underneath the car, check my oil pan. There is like a little crack in the oil pan, I think, from like the I think mine's holding. I think it's holding by epoxy. I don't think it's actually like a gasket, but to be honest with y'all, I'm probably just gonna swap out the whole oil pan when I get like an aluminum undershroud. So we'll figure that. We'll get that there when that time comes. But that's something to also keep an eye out for. Check, you know, your basic stuff. If you have an all-wheel drive model, check your front and rear axles. Make sure everything is not leaking. Check your transfer case. The back of your transfer case has a little seal on it where, like, you know, you could like drain the fluid from. That seal sometimes does deteriorate and it does start leaking out, and you know, you'll have like, you know, transfer case fluid start to fall out. Obviously, that's something, you know, if you are in an area like, you know, you see winters, you want to keep an eye on stuff like that. Make sure that seal does not, you know, go nowhere. One thing I will say is, though, it is a hefty job, honestly, y'all, because you do have to drain your drain the transfer case fluid, then do the job. So, you know, if you take it to a shop, they're going to charge you for a full transmission service and transfer case service, and that gets pretty pricey, y'all. I know the price quotes for is like $400 to like $700, anywhere between that range, depending on where you go and how nice they are to you. But keep an eye on that. Next up, clean y'all hazy headlights, y'all. I am tired of seeing those, and I feel like it's always silver, y'all. It's always a silver G37 with hazy headlights. You can't see shit into the headlights, y'all. Clean your headlights, or be like me and, you know, get the custom headlights. But make sure you seal them up properly, because my headlights are actually right here next to me in the room because I didn't seal them properly when I did the video, and I had to basically go back, reseal them up. They are good now. They are good. No haze. But right now I have the stock ones on right now, and I forgot how much mine are hazy. But clean those hazy headlights, y'all. Trust me, it makes your car look way newer. I kid y'all not. Like, when you have the stock headlights and you just clean them up, y'all, your car probably looks like, you know, 2-3 years like newer. That's like somebody getting like what you call it, eye lifters, and, you know, they look younger. Is it eye lifters? You know what I'm talking about, y'all. Those little old people eye. Anyways, I'm probably offending some people right now, so let me just move on to the next topic. I honestly just want to say, just make sure you are, you know, taking care of your car, y'all. Honestly, if you take care of your car's gonna take care of you. Just make sure you know, keeping up with maintenance things. There are places you can find like intervals for servicing. For example, for your transmission servicing, transfer case servicing if you have all-wheel drive, oil changes, obviously, brake fluid service. I'm missing something else, but it'll come to me later. But honestly, just make sure you're keeping up with that. There are, like I said, there's places like that you can look it up online that tells you like the proper intervals and everything. I'm not gonna say no numbers right now because I don't want to be putting y'all in a position where y'all listen to me and I'm not right. So I always say this is look that one up just to be safe. Just make sure, you know, take care of your paint. Like, so little things like that. The car is, you know, pretty old now. Even if you have a 2013, the car 11 years old now, y'all. So take care of your paint. Maybe you need to get paint correction, get a polish, get a wax. I would say paint protection, but PPF is kind of expensive, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. So I can understand why some people don't go that route. If you're doing any maintenance, any like power like adders or anything, keep in mind the car is old, so make sure you're doing it right. Don't think because, oh, you know, I could just, you know, leave that bolt loose or something, it'll be fine. You don't want things to start to like go wobbly or go loose. You don't want things to have to like something to pick up the slack for one piece that you forgot to put back in. So just, you know, take care of all that stuff. And that's just like a general consensus for like any car really, but just take care of the car, y'all. It is old, like I said, it is an older car, so there are some things that are gonna like you're gonna hear creaking and stuff, like either from like the dash or anything. Some of y'all got the sticky dash, or your dash is cracking or whatnot. Some of y'all got the seats that are on their last leg, and then they're hanging on for dear life, honestly. But certain things like that you just take care of. Like I would say seat covers, but seat covers are so hard to find for this car because it's not a company that really makes them, in my experience. If anyone does know where to get seat covers though from, please let me know. My seats are good, but I'm thinking about changing the color on them. I might paint it. Who knows? If I do paint, that'll be a whole nother video for y'all how to paint your seats properly. But other than that, y'all, make sure y'all stay tuned. Like, subscribe, comment if y'all have any other thoughts down below, and peace. Too bad you don't got the wine in this thing. They had the wine. I would be there like, dang. Well, whew, that would be, I'd be a monster if I had a challenge. What?